All right, ladies and gentlemen of D-Class personnel, sit down, please. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Commander and I'm going to kill all of you. So listen to me. Eyes up here. Yes, even you. Yeah, the one trying to hide behind the other one like you're in a school photo. Congratulations, you've all been reassigned because of, what's this say? Sentient mop bucket debacle. You know what I'm talking about. Now, for those of you who somehow missed it, and honestly, I envy your ignorance, one of you geniuses kicked a containment-rated mop bucket hard enough to awaken whatever unholy sapience it had sloshing around in there. Before you knew it, we had a janitorial implement rolling down hallway C at 40 miles an hour, screaming in 6 languages and demanding union representation. So, I don't know which one of you it was. I'm just going to punish all of you. 3 security officers, 3 slipped on its trail of corrosive sludge, 2 vending machines were devoured, and one of you, who we still haven't identified by the way, decided the best response was to shout, "I claim diplomatic immunity," and jump into it. That person is now legally considered gray water. Our condolences. And another one of you allowed it to happen. Not only that, but cheered him on. Point is, you're all here because someone needs to clean up the consequences. Not literally, the bucket ate the mop, but figuratively. If this reading gets interpreted by alarms, screams, or what I can only describe as the smell of hot pennies, don't panic. Or panic. It will not change the outcome. I don't care anymore. Now, shut up, sit down, and let's discuss today's SCP before the bucket files another grievance with the O5. This is SCP-3978, Object Class Neutralized, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3978 resides in a standard humanoid containment cell at Site. To prevent further self-injury, it has been restrained to a bed and requires feeding by hand. Medical equipment for rapid sedation and the provision of intravenous nutrition is to be utilized if SCP-3978 shows signs of food refusal. Access to SCP-3978's containment chamber is restricted to personnel with Foundation Intelligence Agency clearance. With the further refinement of Protocol Vatican, psychotropic medications should only be administered as per this protocol or when urgent sedation is required. SCP-3978 is to be monitored by electroencephalography at all times and connected to IV infusion pumps with other Protocol Vatican equipment to be used when information is required. All output from SCP-3978, whether verbal, written, gestural, or gathered by Protocol Vatican, should be logged and forwarded to the Intelligence Agency, marked for review by ORIA and GRU Division P surveillance teams. Staff assigned to SCP-3978 should receive an agency briefing and be prepared to accommodate specific requests from agency staff with the appropriate clearances. Description: SCP-3978 is an anomalous male of Azeri descent, approximately 50 years of age. It has all its sensory inputs, visual, tactile, auditory, olfactory, and gustatory, as well as other sensory modalities, replaced by those being experienced by another individual, designated SCP-3978-1. Initially, -1 was Medhi Bazargan, former head of the ORIA. After Chairman Bazargan, I don't care. After his death in 1995, -1 became Mohammed Khatami, later succeeded by Data Expunged, the current -1. SCP-3978 is unable to perceive any stimuli in its local environment, and therefore spends much of its time attempting to respond to stimuli perceived by -1. Prior to the permanent restraint of SCP-3978, this resulted in numerous falls and collisions, frequently resulting in accidental injuries due to lack of an appropriate pain stimulus. SCP-3978 has a degree of awareness of its condition and frequently gives verbal or written summaries, most commonly in Russian, of -1's activities, which have been steadily declining in coherence and quality. At other times, it reports distress at its current situation and makes references to its identity as Nazar Baymarov and various aspects of its life prior to obtaining its anomalous properties. Now, given SCP-3978's properties, no communication with SCP-3978 has been achieved. There is no evidence that -1 is aware of the existence of SCP-3978, and information security therefore precludes communication with SCP-3978 via -1. Now, SCP-3978 was recovered from a GRU Division P facility in the Azerbaijan SSR in 1992. Associated documents indicated it was engineered by the GRU, including the deliberate targeting of Chairman Bazargan as -1. The GRU were in the early stages of developing procedures for direct information retrieval from SCP-3978 using functional neuroimaging and electroencephalography, having noted the ongoing decline in SCP-3978's mental state and the quality of intelligence obtained from it. Now, with advances in medical technology and the use of SCP, the Foundation has refined these into Protocol Vatican, allowing reasonable approximations of SCP-3978's visual and auditory experiences to be obtained directly in a digital format. As a result, efforts toward improving SCP-3978's mental stability have been redirected toward maintaining its physical health. GRU sources are to be monitored for evidence of any planned actions with regards to SCP-3978. Now, this is Addendum 3978-1. Example transcript of vocalizations by SCP-3978. This was on 9/2/2007. Russian. Subject has been brought coffee and is doing a daily review of documents. The documents involve budgetary projections for the next year. Azeri. I think I need some food. When did I last eat? What time is it? Russian. The contents of the first document involve an increased amount of funds to Facility 20 and the Zargos. Subject is making a phone call to the facility director. Subject is requesting an update from this person on Redacted. Azeri. My name is Nazar Bayamarov. I was born in Baku. I'm an electrical engineer. Where is Sarah? Farsi. Thank you, Ali. Have a good day. Mimes putting down a telephone headset. Russian. The subject is drinking his coffee. I am drinking coffee. I do not even like coffee. It tastes good. Azeri. My name is Nazar. My name is Nazar. Nazar. My name is Muhammad. Farsi. Why am I here? Azeri. Please stop this, I'm begging you. Addendum 3978-2. Proposal for termination on humanitarian grounds. Data expunged. Now, this is the Ethics Committee Decision 3978-6. Proposal declined. 1 in favor, 3 against, and 1 abstaining. This is what the memo says. While the distress faced by SCP-3978 and its situation is regrettable, the opinion of this committee is that it does not significantly exceed the distress faced by other anomalies in containment relating to either their inmate properties or their containment situation. With a number of well-established precedents and formalized in the most recent ethical humanoid containment recommendations, this is not in itself grounds for euthanasia. Adding weight to this is the value of intelligence gained from SCP-3978, which cannot be elaborated on in the open text of this decision, but has been witnessed by the committee and was considered to justify the continued use of Protocol Vatican. The committee noted that procedures performed on SCP-3978 caused it no discomfort due to its anomalous properties, and due to the privileged position -1 has in the Aurea hierarchy of general society. SCP-3978 has many pleasant sensations and experiences. The dissenting vote in favor of termination cited the possibility of obtaining information from -1 by other means, and the imperfect nature of reports obtained from SCP-3978. As the proposal has been declined, a request by the intelligence agency to remove its specifics was approved. Information was gathered from agency staff relevant to this decision. The final decision was based entirely on the opinions of the members of the committee with no external influence. For the full text of this decision, please submit an application in writing to the committee office. This was signed by Committee Chair Dr. L.A. Rawlinson on 10/5/2016. Now, this is Addendum 3978-3. On 8/11/2017 at 0220 hours, SCP-3978 was found deceased in its cell and has been reclassified as neutralized. An autopsy found the cause of death being a lethal dose of intravenous anesthetics, probably administered remotely via equipment routinely attached to SCP-3978. For a period of 4 hours prior to this event, security footage in the containment wing of Site was missing. The working hypothesis of the security department is the culprit being an Oriya infiltrator, with GRU Division P involvement being unable to be entirely ruled out. After investigation, no ties between these GOIs and any staff on duty were found. The intelligence agency is cooperating with the security department in attempting to identify any knowledge of a possible assassination operation within these groups. Addendum 3978-4. The intelligence agency has identified a file received at the Oriya's Tehran office email address containing details of SCP-3978. A response to the Oriya in this matter is being determined in collaboration with the Department of External Affairs. The sending date and exact source of this file is yet to be determined. Examination of the metadata found. Data expunged. Now, this is a notice from the Foundation Records and Information Security Administration. It states, this file, all supplementary documentation and site electronic mail logs for the period of December 2017 to January 2018 have been locked due to unauthorized edits originating from an internal source. If you're attempting to edit this file, your IP address has been logged. If you have information relevant to this topic, you are subject to RISA mandatory reporting requirements. No disclosure will result in disciplinary action. All personnel previously assigned to SCP-3978 have been suspended pending further investigation. The following document has been restored after its unauthorized deletion. Further recovery is in progress. Now, this is interview 3978-3-1. This was done on 20/11/2017. Interviewer, Agent Mariam Soleimani, Security Department subject, and Dr. Christopher Anderson, SCP-3978 Supervising Researcher. Soleimani, hello, Doctor. Are you well? Anderson, fine, thanks, but let's skip the formalities. I assume you're here about Nazar? Soleimani, SCP-3978, yes. You seem to have a personal interest, if you don't mind me saying. Anderson, I stick to the official designation in the documents, but the man is dead now. I think he deserves to be called his name for once. Soleimani, noted. What can you tell me about any recent developments with the subject? Anything unusual? Anderson, not a thing with Nazar himself. Some bits here and there on number 1, but nothing relevant to his death that I could see. You'd have to give me intelligence clearance for me to discuss them, though. Soleimani, that won't be necessary. You're aware that his autopsy reports indicate foul play. Anderson, no, but I'm not surprised. I'm sure he would be the first on Oriya's hit list if they got wind of it. GRU too, maybe. Soleimani, it's unlikely anyone would have been able to pull off this operation without internal help. Have you had any contact with suspicious persons recently? Anderson, just my cousin trying to get me to join his pyramid scheme again. Soleimani, any of your staff? Anderson, not sure. You'd have to ask him. Soleimani, I can't say you're being especially helpful, Doctor. It's not the best look during an official investigation. Anderson, look, you and I both know this is pointless. You've already done all the checks on me being an Iranian sleeper agent, and if anything had come up, one of your bosses would have had me disappeared already. I can't tell you how to do your job. Maybe there's someone here not on the level. But with the way we carried out Vatican, this could have all been happening remotely. I'm willing to take responsibility if it is. We could have designed this so everything was on a closed system. Soleimani, noted. That may be the case. We'll consult RISA in the course of this investigation. Anderson, is there anything else? Soleimani, one thing. You don't seem too unhappy about this situation, considering what you said earlier about the subject's name. Anderson, you didn't have clearance for the ethics committee files, did you? Soleimani, no. Why do you ask? Anderson, if you had, you would know. Nazar deserved better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was SCP-3978. You are dismissed.